And the idea of the circle of excellence is you use it when you have a situation in the future where you want to have a specific set of states available to you so that you can have the sort of performance that you want to have. Because one of the things that seems to be pretty much true is performance is dependent upon state. Especially if we're talking about excellence. You know, this is called the chain of excellence. So if we're talking about really, really high quality performance, and by performance I mean output, you know, whatever, that could be performance in a job interview, or in an audition, or, talking to someone new, or doing a particularly skillful piece of work, or writing, or brain surgery, or skiing, or whatever it might be, you want to have the states available that are going to make that performance possible. So I'm guessing that you all have certain things in the future where you want to be able to guarantee as much as you can that you've got those states available. Have you not? Okay. Would anyone care to be programmed for performance in that situation?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's the... Well, you know what? We don't even have to know what the situation is. Would you like to come up to the front? All right. So what I'd like you to do is, first of all, just think of the sort of states that you'd like to have available in that situation. We don't even need to know what the situation is. So 1, 2, or 3 states that would be useful for you to have. What are the states? If you just put a name on them.
Motivated.
Motivated.
Aware.
Aware.
And confident.
Motivated, aware, and confident. Okay, that's great. So what I'd like you to do is to just get in your mind one of the times that you've been motivated, very motivated. It doesn't have to be the most motivated you've ever been, but just identify that experience.
Yeah.
You got one of those experiences? Great. Okay, now I'd like you to just identify in your mind one of the times when you've been really, really aware. You've had that level of awareness which is going to be ideal in this future situation. Mm-hmm. Got an example of that? Again, I'm looking for specific one-time events, a specific time that you can think of. Yeah?
Yeah.
And finally, a situation where one of the times when you've been very confident. I mean, like, real confident.
Okay.
Got one of those times? Mm-hmm. Great. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now, you don't have to pay particular attention to those at the moment. Mm-hmm. I want you to imagine a circle in front of you on the floor. And what I'm going to get you to do in a moment for each of those states, and we'll do them one at a time, is to step into that past experience when you've had that state available to you. And what I'm going to get you to do is, because what we'll be doing is anchoring it on the floor within that circle. You can even, what's your favorite color?
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay, well, I'd like you to paint that circle yellow in your mind's eye, you see. And the other thing I'd like you to do is, just as that state is peaking, I'd like you to squeeze your thumb and forefinger together. Okay? Just for a moment. Just squeeze your thumb and forefinger together. I've actually done index and middle finger, thumb and middle finger, but whatever. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so whenever you're ready, so just relax those. So the first one was motivated. Mm-hmm. So what I'd like you to do when you're ready is to quite literally, before you do this, see that motivated you standing in front of you in that circle already. See what he looks like. See how he's standing, how he's breathing, all that stuff. What he's thinking about, where his attention is. And then when you're ready, I want you, not quite yet, but in a moment, I'm going to get you to actually step into that and actually feel that sense of motivation and really feel how you feel when you feel incredibly motivated. When you're just like have you ever had that experience where you're walking along and you see a 10-pound note lying on the ground? It's like, you don't think, well, maybe I'll pick that up and maybe I won't. It's like, is right there. Or I mean, there are certain things. Everyone's got different things. I know there are certain things that if I see them, I am just incredibly motivated. It's not like I have to ask myself any questions or anything. It's just like happening. Because you've got things like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you don't have to think about those. But what I would like you to do is when you're ready to step into that you that's in the circle, that's incredibly motivated. And when you do, I'm going to invite you to see what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel what you feel when you feel that sense of motivation. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, step into that. So see what you saw. You can close your eyes if you like or keep them open, whatever's easiest. Hear what you heard and feel how good you feel when you really feel that sense of motivation. I don't know exactly where in your body you feel it the most, but really allow yourself to get in touch with that sense of motivation. And at the peak of that experience, just squeeze your thumb and forefinger gently together. And then step out when you're ready. Okay. You can shake that off a little bit. How was that?
That's good.
It was good? You feel motivated? Yeah? You could take some action?
Yes.
All right, cool. So the next state was awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know there are times when we're all, hyper-aware, you could say. I'm not sure exactly what the right level of awareness for you to have in this future situation is, but whatever it is, I'd like you to just get that example from the past and see that you standing in there with that sense of awareness.
Mm-hmm.
For you, what's it like when you're really aware?
I'm receptive. I can sense things without it actually being said, I suppose.
So you've got that sensitive awareness of what's going on for other people as well as yourself, I guess. Okay. Well, what I'd like you to do is when you're ready to step in to that you that's got that sense of awareness. And again, I'm going to ask you to see what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel how you feel when you've got that sense of awareness. Whenever you're ready. Really allow yourself to get in touch with that sensitivity and see how you feel here with that sensitivity now. And then squeeze your thumb and forefinger once again to get that anchored. And then step back out. How was that?
That's good.
Just sort of shake that. Was that the way you'd like it to be? Or was there anything that...
It wasn't quite how I wanted it to be, but I could feel it, but I didn't feel as if I was exactly there.
Oh, okay. If you were to step in and really feel like you're exactly there, how would it be different?
I suppose the feeling would be stronger.
Okay, well, what I'd like you to do is, in just a moment, to step back into it and allow yourself to just gently increase the strength of the feeling. Just step into that now. That's right. See what you saw, hear what you heard, feel what you felt, and then really allow that feeling to gently increase. You could even double that feeling. What happens when you do that?
It's quite exciting.
Okay. Does that still allow yourself to retain that sense of sensitivity?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So just squeeze your thumb and forefinger just as it's approaching the peak. And then step back out when you're ready. How was that?
That was much better.
Good. Good. So just, the reason I got him to do it again is when Bhavan stepped out and said, yeah, that was good, it didn't feel entirely congruent to me. Sort of like, Bhavan's doing a demo and everything, but it was sort of a bit kind of, could have been better. So that was better. Mm-hmm. Great. So the next one is confidence. And I feel confident that you can think of a really good example of what it's like when you feel really confident. Can you not?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do is see that you there. Really see that confident you. Really notice how you stand when you're confident. How, where's that Bhavan's attention? What's he looking at?